I spent hundreds of hours building a Megabase safe for you, and today I finally have the opportunity to go over something that is close to me. I'll be sharing 8 hacks that will help you in your second, final design phase of your build. But before we get to that, if you haven't seen the first planning video, watch it please. My previous design video, I tackle aesthetics just like in the rest of my videos. Seriously consider watching that video and understand the whole design process so that you can maximize your time. As promised, here are the 8 tips, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I have some corny jokes slid in for you, but you'll have to keep watching to catch my lame dad joke attempts. Starting with tip 1, use multiple layers for roofs and walls. With the first tip, I keep things angular with my builds, very symmetrical, and I like to control click when doing placements. This allows for some serious flexibility in the second or semi-final design pass. I like to find a groove and keep on going, and when you use multiple layers for roofs and walls, you start to bring out the true potential for the structure that you made. Plus, it gives some consideration to what I have recommended so far in my Megabase videos, which is to keep your structures angular if you want to maximize your limited time. I've covered this already, so we will move on to the next tip, which supports the first. Tip 2. You can use all sorts of things for walls. As the tip says, you can use all sorts of combinations for walls. A barrier is a barrier. So in this second design pass, I go ahead and really zone in on a workflow. I personally like building with the zoop mode, so I really employ pieces that are zoopable in my walls. Just because it makes it go faster doesn't mean it isn't a lot of work though. As a side note, I additionally recommend crossing your wall zooping with your structure's orientation for organic results. In other words, the claw here was built vertically due to calculations and basic maths, so I built my starter template and design phase in a horizontal fashion. In the second phase here, I can really dive deep into my semi-final wall design and try to translate that between each building to start bringing out the biome's theme. You see where this is going? Tip 3. Signs are great for when you come back. Speaking of where we're going, make sure you throw down some signs before you leave an area. I don't really hang signs too much because I wanted to wait until this phase to start experimenting with them. I don't want to have to tear down a bunch of signs when I do this phase, so I'm glad I waited. When you take a moment to label a few important things before you head off, such as production numbers in case you need to return to a baseline later after more system tweaks, it makes things easier when you need to get back to what you were doing. Unfortunately, I'd still rather deal with nuclear balancing than one of the cave spiders. Tip 4. The next tip is to experiment with snapping walls and barriers. No, this isn't focused on your wall design so much as it is for transitioning into freeform, control, rotated super custom second phase stuff. This is where taking the time to learn how to manipulate elevations, snapping, clipping, and all the stuff and things you can do with walls, barriers, foundations, you get it, it really starts to build your RAM up for the good stuff in your brain. Tip 5. Second phase means freeform till your doggo drops. Now that we are here in the second phase, tip 5 is like a rite of passage to me. You have waited, planned, schemed, worked, fell to your death, and maybe started a YouTube channel in the middle of it. Now you can freeform between projects as much or as little as you wish. If you don't know where to start with the superfine detailing, I have a couple of recommendations. Try fixing a unique situation that you aren't really happy with currently. Situations with road turns and whatnot that aren't ideal and never sat well with you. My second recommendation before we move to the next tip is to try building a doggo palace all tricked, slick, candy paint fresh. Tip 6. Pillars and beams are the way. The next tip involves booping the like button. Seriously, booping the like button really does help me know if I am making the content that you really want. That's what I'm here for, and to attempt another lame dad joke with this tip, pillars and beams are the way. That is all that need be said. Those that have dedicated themselves to efficiently wielding them should only say that they are the way. Also, they're very easy to zoop and friendly with some of the architecture pieces that you can unlock in the Awesome Shop. Tip 7. Don't forget to complete the Awesome Shop collection. I'm sure that you guessed it. We are moving to the music, sliding on into the Awesome Shop for the next tip. Currently, I'm listening to the Gorillas on autoplay as I write this tip. Odds are you probably know to do this already, but make sure you completely grab all of the building pieces out of the Awesome Shop. By this time, you've been following my methods or like to recycle already, whatever the reason may be. The Awesome Shop has fantastic things available that weren't available back when Satisfactory first launched on Epic Games. Tip 8 is all about lighting, but we have reached the limit of where I am at in my playthrough. I know that there are ways to create uplighting and other light variations, but I haven't quite gotten that far just yet. I'm going to work on that some more to come up with my own style soon. For now, I hope you like my road setup with very basic lighting while I get it going. I want to spend some time on the lighting and trying to play with it, because I've seen some incredible things in videos that I can no longer remember at this point. This is where I am at currently in my experimentation. If you would like to know more about megabases that are more modular, organic, and actually achievable with a casual approach, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you think I earned it, checking out the channel for more stuff you may have missed leading up to this, and don't forget to share this video with friends. I need your help to continue growing this awesome community we have, so go check that out now before YouTube swallows my tiny channel up. Stay fresh, stay effective, and stay you.